The definition of diversity is showing a great deal of variety or very different. Diversity can deal with many different topics such as food, culture, ages, religion, gender, or about anything you can think of. The topic I chose to speak about with diversity is sports across the world. I chose sports because I played sports since I was a kid and I thought it was super interesting to learn about, so here we go. The countries I chose were the United States, England, and China. I thought it was super cool because there's so many differences, yet there's so many similarities when it comes to the sports. I like sports because it brings people together by playing for the same team and learns teamwork skills and just the love of the game. Sports in the United States. Football is the #1 watched sport in the United States. Families dedicate their Sundays to the NFL, whether it's sitting in front of the TV, hanging out with friends, or just watching ESPN all day. People have parties and even have fantasy football leagues to help for the NFL. The third most watched sport in the United States is college football, which isn't a shock. Baseball is the #2 sport, which is also known as America's pastime. Things baseball has done to make it more interesting and speed up the game is pitch clock and to stay in the box whenever you're batting so that it speeds up the game so people stay interested instead of just sitting there because the games take forever. The fourth most watched sport in the United States is NASCAR. NASCAR actually signed a 10-year agreement with NBC to draw in more fans. So now people can watch it easier and just have more access to it. The fifth sport is men's pro basketball with big names such as Steph Curry and LeBron James. People love cheering for their teams and have a great time watching it. Sports in China. The #1 sport in China is women's volleyball. Their national team has won the Olympics twice and has won 5 world titles. So volleyball is a pretty big deal in China. Ping pong is the #2. Chinese ping pong players have won 60% of their men's world championships since 1959, and they actually invited the United States to come play with them, and this is known as the ping pong diplomacy. Martial arts is another big sport in China. With their tradition and culture, they have weapon fights, fist fights, and fighting routines to help show their pastimes and their culture. China has a long history with martial arts and is very popular in the old country. Badminton is another big sport in China because people can play it easily. You don't need very many players or equipment. People can go out in the streets after dinner or just after school and have a good time with their friends and family, and it doesn't take very many people or stuff to do it. The last one is England. Soccer is called football, and they actually have a football association backed by one of the biggest governing bodies. They have the FA Cup and the Capital One Cup each year, which bring in thousands of teams from other countries and bring in tons of people, and they just love watching the game. Cricket is another sport and was actually the first national game in the UK. Cricket started in the 18th century and spread across the world, and cricket is very similar to baseball, but instead of having a pitcher, they have a bowler. But other than that, there's so many similarities. Rugby is another well-known sport in the UK. It used to be played by the well-off, but now people all around the world play it, and it's a big sport. It is also promoted by the government and has its own league. Badminton is the last sport in the UK that's super popular. It's the #1 racket sport in the UK. They actually have their own association and governing body that keeps it structured. This is super cool because badminton is also big in China, which shows how many similarities there are in different countries, yet there are differences in each one. Diversity is such a cool topic, especially with sports, because there are so many different things across the world that bring us together, yet there are so many similarities. People across the world play sports and come together just for certain ones and have a great time doing it. Thank you.